I've been spending a couple of days with dairy farmers in Uganda, visiting fellow farmers in the Toro region in the southwestern part of the country. It's one of the most beautiful parts of this part of Africa. And after days on several farms of different spectrums, it's only right that we take a little breather to digest a bit of what we've been witnessing by navigating some of the beautiful terrains away from the livestock. The Fort Portal Bundibujo Road leads us to Uganda's second smallest national park, home to natural birds, primates, and memorably, the hot springs.
Long ago, before the park was gazetted, people could come and hunt some animals from it. So the Bamba believe that the first people to discover this hot spring, and they believe that ancestors stay at the springs.
Aisha is a game ranger with the Uganda Wildlife Authority and our tour guide today.
There's a Mwamba man who was called Bamaga who came for hunting and he disappeared. He never returned back home. They searched for him for 3 nights. Finally, they found his belongings at the male hot springs. The spears, the dogs, and his bucket. So they had to carry all those items back home and told the wife and his family that Bamaga is no more. They named the place Returned, meaning the hunter is no more. So the wife wasn't contented. She was like, maybe let me try to search for my husband, and she also disappeared from him. It is where they found her back. The wife was called Nyansimbi. Nyansimbi is related to
Money.
So the Bamba believe their ancestors stay here. So Bamaga man who disappeared, they formed the clan called the Bamaga clan. The Bamaga clan still exists, and they still visit the springs for rituals. Male animals are slaughtered from the male hot spring, female animals are slaughtered from the female hot spring. Food is cooked from here, carried to the male hot spring, and they share in it. They always come here in November. They kill those animals to appease their gods. Put money in the shrine. They have some shrines around. I'll show you. Put money in the hot springs. They believe once you give like a sacrifice in the hot springs, no problem at all.
The highest temperature ever recorded here reached 106 degrees, but temperatures normally range between 85 and 95 degrees. The thrill in this is how visitors make sure to taste this heat by a now common ritual of boiling eggs and green bananas sometimes. You can bring your own eggs or buy on site. Some farmer will be making a killing as the number of visitors increases day by day.
Well, I'm just doing the ritual here. We are trying to boil our eggs. The temperature is absolutely high, apparently between 80, it could go up to 106. And I'm joining the fray. Many hundreds of thousands of people have done this ritual before, and I'm doing it. And the beauty of it is, I'll make sure to eat what I've put in there. Yeah, there are times you don't know how beautiful Uganda is. You start running away to so many places before visiting your own Uganda. Start with a staycation. For those people in Uganda, start here before you go elsewhere. These are all beautiful things that never go away. They've been here for ages. It's only now that we are beginning to celebrate that.
The properties in these springs are said to have healing powers, especially for, but not limited to, people with skin conditions. And there is more.
Of course, you start from that absolutely hot spot, and then slowly you come here where you need to steam. For those people who are going into Kampala gyms and wherever,
gyms and whatever,
no, you don't need the gym.
This is the right gym.
Absolutely. Tell me about the steaming here.
Just the moment you stay here for about 30 minutes, they're enough for you, for your body to perspire, and you really feel it.
I can feel it actually.
You can feel it?
Yeah, I'm beginning to feel it.
You have begun to feel it. Yes. This is the most natural steaming or sauna. You can.
Fantastic. I mean, you can see that. And some people are already, Mr. Abed is here beginning to sweat. Namwa bakapa watatuya nako, this is an opportunity. Once you get here and you don't get to sweat, then you know you have a serious problem. You need to see the doctors away from Aisha and company. No, there is no company. As you can see, the steam is already got to the body now, and they're beginning to pay the price for that.
The female springs pour their hot magma with a fury that leaves deposits of these properties along their paths. The male springs, on the other hand, are more concentrated, hot, but much more calmer than the female. The interesting bit is that just above the springs is a waterfall that flows down towards them. Whether it's that water that heats up to the 80+ degrees isn't clear. And it's not a phenomenon that's begun today. Not long ago, and our eggs are ready to taste. The many curious faces pounce on the 230 egg trays. This is a priceless image of a generation of farmers from the past, the present, and the future, all in one shot.
Minutes of waiting and sweating from the steam. It's about time we had a taste of this. Bismillah. And this is ready salted. This is ready salted. You don't need to put any salt because of the calcium from the hot springs.
Before we leave, I take interest in our tour guide. What could have inspired her to take on a job that's seen her showing around hundreds of thousands of tourists?
I had that passion. I grew up visiting the national parks.
Right.
Yeah, I could see these animals. And I used to see some of the rangers smartly, in uniform, well behaved. So I grew up.
How long have you been a ranger?
8 years.
8 years now. Yeah. And you're from the east of the country. You're almost the extreme west of the country.
I'm from the east.
That must have been quite a change of environment for you.
Yeah, it is. But while at the training, they always tell us, don't think you go back to your home place. So they keep taking you to different places.
Different locations.
And as a trained person,
you just go
you
with the
go,
job.
You have to cope up with the situation.
Right. Let's talk in terms of the number of tourists. The numbers, I'm hoping, have been growing over the time that you've been here.
Yes.
In terms of, say, foreigners or non-Ugandans as opposed to Ugandans, who would you say is the majority number? Is it still foreigners or you have more Ugandans coming?
More Ugandans coming.
Really?
Yeah.
And is that because of schools or just individuals who are coming? Like
No, Ugandans have adopted to domestic tourism.
Yes.
Yeah, and we love that. The number of Ugandans is increasing there.
And so far, for someone who wants to access the park, how much do they have to pay?
15,000.
15,000 Uganda shillings, yes.
Yeah, children 5 years and above, 2,500. Students, they pay 1,500.
Wow, that's quite affordable.
There is no doubt the number of Ugandan local tourists is growing, coming from all walks of life.
Give me a little bit more of that. Maybe a little bit more of that. Yes.
And for these Dafan farmers, or the Dairy Farmers Network farmers, the honeymoon is over and it's back to work, feeding our livestock so as to feed us.
Zabu or Zabuli?